And we started Opening Minds 6 years ago with a pilot with a small lower ability group in Year 7, and that had we measured their progress in lots of different ways. The main impact it had was on attendance of that group, behaviour improved dramatically, and their confidence as well, their self-confidence. So then we rolled it out and involved more groups, more students, and got to the point 3 years ago where every student in Year 7 and 8 follows an Opening Minds curriculum, which means they have 20 out of their 30 periods a week with the same teacher in the same classroom, where they do a combination of subjects, English, maths, science, food technology, citizenship, humanities, and the idea is they're taught through competencies, so they highlight learning skills that the students can take into Key Stage 4. At our school, the Opening Minds competencies are split into 6 areas, one being enterprise, citizenship, learning, information, people, situations, and they link. We realise that they link quite well with the wider key skills of working with others, problem solving, and improving their learning. I think all staff will say the biggest change has been in the confidence and self-esteem of the students. That was almost tangible from the pilot groups through to doing it with whole year groups. The attitude to learning, we give students scores for attitude to learning every half term, and the attitude to learning from Opening Minds compared to how it was before Opening Minds has been a massive increase. Attendance has increased. Incidents of poor behaviour have decreased. In terms of actual academic progression, we've just had our first cohort who've gone through from full Opening Minds. We've just finished Year 11, so we'll be able to better gauge that when the results come out in the summer. But indications are from our tracking we should get the best results we've ever had. So, you know, it's not without any pitfalls, but I think there's a lot more benefits than negatives.
Well, today we're doing some social skills and team building games where we're doing a mini Olympics where we've got to design our own flag, national anthem, then do some team building games like a carry piggyback race where we're not allowed to touch the floor to try and get you working with others.
Yeah, I mean, we found out 2 or 3 years ago that you're able to accredit wider key skills through ASDAN. So we looked into that and worked with Dean to try and allow our students to gain that qualification. So we did it with whole year groups, initially with working with others, basically because they're the skills that we'd tried to highlight in Year 7 and 8. So it's nice to be able to give them a qualification in skills they've been developing. So we did that with a whole year group 2 years ago as part of a pilot with Dean, and it was very successful. I think the first year group that went through, 84% of them passed at level 2, which was great because we wouldn't get 84% of a cohort getting level 2 qualifications in any other area. So it was less threatening for some of the less able students. And to be honest, some of the lower ability students were a lot better than some of the more academic working in a team and contributing.
Well, when you work with others, you work with people you wouldn't usually work with. Because, for example, I've only got one of my friends in my group, but if I can get to work with other people, I'll be a more versatile person.
Something that the students really do sort of appreciate, because you say, you know, we're looking at this competency today, we're working with others, you know, I want you working in pairs, I want you working in groups, you're going to be a team, pick a team leader, who's your timekeeper, and they sort of get different roles assigned to them, and they really get used to working in a team. And we use that then and refer to, you know, you're doing this now in class. Think about when you move on and you're outside of school, you finished education, you're going to get a job, you know, you're always part of a team. There's very few people who actually work individually.
And it also helps with sort of friendship groups as well, because often in the classroom you've got people who, whether it's due to lack of confidence or it's just due to they don't want to work with another person, they're not friends with outside of the classroom. That really helps, because you sort of explain to them that, you know, well, each lesson, each time you might have them in different groups, so that helps. Having role, like we said earlier about having the different roles, helps as well for them to engage with it, even if they don't want to work with someone. That helps to engage, because like, well, you're the leader this week, or you're the note taker. That helps to engage them working with different people who perhaps they wouldn't want to before. But that really is a big one as well, is getting them to work with people who they don't perhaps socialise with.
I think they are quite beneficial, because like whichever lesson you do, you always need to think, listen and talk at the right times and be confident. So then you can use them skills in everyday life as well.